T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and lift off.
Coach on Fire Radio.
I am the tiger, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am the champion, and you're gonna hear me roar.
Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to my radio show, Let's Talk Relationships and Life. And it really is wonderful to have you with us today, and I'm so excited to introduce my guest in a moment. But first, I just wanted to take a minute to talk to you about what you can expect to learn and how you will feel inspired by the shows which are aired every other Saturday. And my name is Louise Armstrong, and I have a huge passion and drive all about relationships, and this really stems from my own personal transformation. And now I'm really motivated to share my message across the world, as I really do believe that we all crave that human, emotional connection. And you know, it's a funny old world we live in right now, where we seemingly have so many different ways of connecting with each other, yet so many of us feel disconnected. And this is one of the reasons I'm driven to bringing people together, to really start deepening those connections so we can feel that sense of belonging once again. And I believe all of us crave to be emotionally loved, and that might be on a romantic level, personal, or through friendships. And if we're unable to make that connection, it's really because we are emotionally wounded ourselves. So self-love is the first step in healing before we can even look at those emotional love connections with others. And you know, so many of us struggle with relationships. So perhaps you're going through a breakup right now. Maybe you're recently divorced, or your partner's had an affair, or you're struggling with your mother or your father, or maybe your children, or a lifelong friend has deserted you. Or perhaps you want to take your relationship to an even deeper level. Well, you know, this is where we come in to really help you heal your wounds, love yourself, and make those emotional connections once again. Well, I have the most amazing relationship business, and I help individuals and couples all over the world. And now I feel this is the right time for me to give other experts a chance to share their expertise. And this is where the show is going to be of huge value, as I'm going to introduce to you amazing coaches, therapists, motivators, and public speakers to share their expertise and knowledge. Because you know, life really is all about relationships. The better the connection, the better the quality of life. Now, I'm going to be quiet and introduce our amazing guest today, Jessica Lockhart. A very, very warm welcome, Jessica.
Hello, Louise. Hello, everybody listening to this fantastic show today. It's a great, great, great pleasure and honor to be here with you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Jessica. And Jessica is an amazing woman. You want to listen to this. She is all about humanology. And humanology is the new discipline that really helps us to understand human beings. And after Jessica was working for quite a few years as a coach, she realised that some people needed different tools at different times or for different problems. And that's how Humanology was born. And Humanology really explains how to understand and know ourselves and others better, and how to have a rewarding life experience. So Jessica is the head behind Humanology, the discipline that explains human beings. Optimism Coaching, the complete method to recover energy, motivation and drive. Personal Essence, the method to discover and use our innermost nature. Absolute Forgiveness, the tool to help human beings really free themselves from the past. And she has other tools and methods to understand human beings. She's published 4 books in different languages, and several Humanology training courses are now available. Jessica also participates as a speaker in conferences and events all around the world, and also hosts 2 weekly radio shows on Humanology, one in Spanish and the other in English. Wow, Jessica, you are one lady. This is amazing. You're an incredible inspiration to me already, and I haven't even dived in with anything yet.
Thank you so much, Louise. The truth is that humanology drives me because I think humanology should be at the service of all human beings. What else but understanding ourselves? I think it should even be taught in schools, Everyone should have the tools and should have the basic understanding of who we are and what we want in life.
Beautiful. And I so agree, Jessica, and I think your message and the work you're doing is so needed. And there couldn't be a better time than right now. So this is fantastic. So if we just sort of take a few steps back and look at, where we can start with all of this. And the first step really to changing your life is getting that energy back. And this is where you start with your optimism coaching, isn't it? Because no change can really be taken without that energy. So can you tell us a little bit about what that's all about and how that works?
Yeah, thank you for that question, Louise. I first created Optimism Coaching. In fact, that was my beginning as a humanologist. Because of personal reasons, I had 2 car accidents. I was disabled. I was in constant acute pain for more than 7 years. Wow. And I was told I'd be in a wheelchair more than 13 years ago. I'm not, I have to say, I'm not in the wheelchair. But that and other personal issues going on in my life back then led me to somehow or to somehow reduce the level of optimism that characterized me until then. I had always been a very strong, go-get-them kind of woman, but that constant acute pain and all the other things going on in my life somehow robbed me of my optimism. One day...
Are we talking about the physical side of this pain then that you managed to overcome? Are we talking about the physical space you were in after these car accidents?
Yeah, well, it was everything because, not only was I immobile and in constant acute pain, but I was also withdrawing into myself and and really more like losing the drive and the energy that so characterized me until then.
Right.
So it was like I was lost. And a friend of mine one day told me, "So Jessica, what is it that happened to you?" I said, "Well, I had 2 car accidents." Now, I don't mean that. Where did your energy and your optimism go? And that was like a wake-up call. And I realized, hey, wait a minute. It's true. This is not me. I never was like this. What happened to me? It was like I woke up, And then I said, I don't want to be this anymore. I don't want to continue being this sad, apathetic, pessimistic woman. This is not me. And I started studying optimism because to me that was the key word in my life. I wanted to gain it back, and I did. I'm going to cut the long story short. I got my energy back, as I think you can all perceive. And then people noticed it. And they said, "So what is it that you're doing? You're changing. You're powerful again. You're strong. You're optimistic. You're happy." And then I started teaching people. And that led me to writing my first book, The Optimist in You, and to creating a complete method to help people regain their lost optimism, energy, drive, step by step. Because I then realized, unless you have the energy to approach change, unless you have the optimism, the motivation to study your life and your circumstances and really get a grip of what is going on, no change will happen. No change will happen. So you need to really get your energy back first. And that is the first step in Humanology. Not everyone needs this step. We don't offer it to everyone because some people come to us with the energy, but they don't know how to move on. So we only use optimism coaching in those cases in which people don't have the necessary energy.
Right, I've got you. And this was really triggered from just one conversation you had with a friend really made you look at it in a different way, and it sort of snowballed from there.
Yes. Well, of course, that took a lot of studying, a lot of hard work, and a lot of digging on my part. But the trigger was that comment. It was what made me realize I'd lost it.
Amazing, amazing. So look, what is actually optimism coaching? How does that, what is it? Just can you just put that kind of in a nutshell just to tell us? I mean, I'm sure it's thinking in a positive, optimistic way, but actually what were you studying?
Okay, it's much more than that, in fact. The first thing I have to say is that each human being has a different definition for optimism. The one we use in Humanology is not seeing the glass half full or half empty, or seeing life through rose-colored, tinted colored glasses. No. To us, a true optimist is the person who never gives up. The true optimist is a resilient person with hope. So the comparison between resilience and optimism, in our opinion, is that optimism is resilience plus hope. The true optimistic person is the person who's always looking for new ways, for new solutions, for new paths, for new ways ahead. And in that sense, optimism always results, and this has been scientifically proven over and over again, it always results in longer, healthier lives, a greater resourcefulness, a greater sense of being alive, and many, many more experiences in life. So how do we go about it? Well, we have a complete set of measurement tools. We first measure the level of optimism each person has. Then we have tools to help people see whether they're optimistic or not in the different spheres or fields in their life, where they have the gaps, where they have the holes, what is draining their energy. Then we give them specific tools to fix those problems or to change those situations. I created a whole set of what I call mood optimizers, specific immediate tools to help you change your mood just like that. So if you're feeling upset, sad, or if you lack the energy to start moving, you can use one of these tools to change your mood within minutes. And then we have longer term optimism enhancer tools. We also use certain specific tools to measure motivation and to assess what type of motivation yours is, because there are different types of motivation. I can now say, for example, that I am really, really proud and happy to announce that there's a Spanish publishing company about to launch a new revised edition of The Optimist in You in Spanish. It will be available in November, and we're working now on adding a few chapters and a little bit more information to the method.
Oh, wow. Wow. Could you share with us something that the listeners could do sort of straight away, one of your quick tools that they could change themselves right now? Could you share one of those tools, Jessica? It sounds very exciting.
I'd be more than happy to do so. I can also tell you that every Monday morning, I live in Switzerland, I have to say, and every Monday morning I offer a free optimism coaching tool to everyone who connects to my Facebook Live program. Every Monday morning, 8:30 in the morning here in Switzerland, that is Central European time, I have this 10 or 15 minute live show where I just give away a free optimism coaching tool to anyone who wants to listen. People can also find a collection of these Happy Monday programs. That's the name of the show, Happy Mondays. They can find all these Happy Mondays on my YouTube channel. So let me give you one or two right now. Okay, one of the simple, easy ones. Whenever a person is distressed, upset, depressed, anxious, unhappy, the brain in that human being is releasing a set of neurotransmitters and chemicals that result in those feelings. For example, cortisol, adrenaline. When there's a huge accumulation of those chemical products in our bodies, in our bloodstream, we feel anxious, we feel nervous, we feel upset. Mm-hmm. One way to counteract those and create and release other more positive products, chemicals like oxytocin, endorphins, serotonin, is to move, exercising, for example, moving. Mm-hmm. Because we don't have the habit, or because we don't like exercising, or because we just are not in the mood to do it, one of the first tools people can use is whenever they feel upset, they just have to turn on happy music, music that makes them move, music that makes them start tapping their foot, or start nodding with their heads. They have to turn that music on.